a clear and firm disclaimer. This video is not meant to demonize or look down upon or judge anybody who's currently working a 9 to 5. I understand that you need to live your life, pay your bills. With that being said, there are some principles. Certain principles put in place that you really do have to adopt, just so you're not left disappointed or you don't feel drained or you don't feel hopeless. Because I know many people currently in the 9 to 5 workforce genuinely feel like that's the end of the road for them. I'm here to just provide some optimism and provide some perspective to some extent, to just present an alternative view and provide hope. When you're working, one thing you need to realize is the people around you who are working, whether they're working similar positions or they're managers or higher up authorities within the workforce, they're not your friends. Okay, so at some point, you just have to be about your own business. Get your money, go home, be around your family, surround yourself around people who really do have your best interest. Everybody who's working around you is pretty much there for the same reason, or a similar reason. There's one thing you have in common: you're all there to make money and make a living. But man, let me tell you something. The stupid things people do for $16, $17 an hour, the drama they cause, the efforts you have to put in. From my experience, I don't think it's worth it. I think a lot of people are stuck in a reoccurring cycle. They do the same things over and over again. And unfortunately, there's no real insight or perspective for expanding and going further beyond and moving out. Specifically, you're in a position where you're working around people. And the sad reality of the nature is you're pretty much a slave. You don't have any say in, let me put it this way, nobody cares about your health. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your dreams. The only thing they want to do is colonize your mentality and have you perform the work that they don't want to do. Let me tell you something about a real business person, a real entrepreneur, a real manager. They would not ask their employees to work harder than them. They would do all the work. Just think about it for a second. Think about all of the top authorities, the top entrepreneurs currently dominating this planet. How many of them work harder than their employees? The problem is, many people, when they're put in that manager position, they feel a need or a sense of entitlement to always boss people around. They feel like that's part of their job. And maybe it is, maybe it's not. It's perhaps not my place to say. I've ran my own businesses, but I've never actually had the initiative to stay in the long-term mindset of making minimum wage $16 an hour while somebody higher up makes $200 for every $16 I make, probably even more, and still demands that I do the labor, the dirty work, the cleaning. I don't know what to say when it comes to your life or your job, but I know from the stories that people present to me that many people hate their lifestyles. They hate because they hate their jobs. They hate the way they're treated in their jobs. They hate the drama, and this is what I was saying. The things people do for minimum wage, the discrimination they cause just to get $16 is you spending your energy on somebody else just to go home with about $100 or $200 in your bank account really worth it? And I'm talking about those minimum wage jobs. If you have a job that's paying you and helping you live the lifestyle that you truly aspire to, then good for you. But that's a very small percentage. Most people are stuck earning a very small income. Many people cannot afford their homes, they can't afford their families, they need advice, they need inspiration, and this is what I have to say. It's very simple. Work on your dream. Dedicate some time from outside of your job, or even partially in your job if you have time on your lunch break, to start brainstorming ideas, things that bring you interest, things that you feel like you can indulge yourself in. It doesn't have to be too complex. It can be simple things like, hey, I have this skill in education and I will teach it for a small amount. Or hey, I will create flyers for your business and hand them out for this amount. You will gain a lot more pleasure and satisfaction, certainly more happiness in working for yourself, even if you're earning less or if you're earning minimal to no income compared to slaving for somebody else. And that's really what it is. It's slavery. They're not your friends. These people are systematically designed to go into a general sense of status, where in the Western world, status is gained by proving that you're superior to someone else. And more specifically, status is gained by colonizing the low-income people. But that's not always how it has to be. You should read on many, and even from my understanding, you need to understand that a lot of what the world teaches us is subject to question of, subject to whether it's valid or not. You don't need a college degree to be successful. You don't need an education to be successful. You can get it if you know what you want to do. But many people have found their way out, and like I said, even if you look at some of the top entrepreneurs in this world, if you look at the creator of Meta, for instance, he dropped out of college. Most of the tech industry creators dropped out of college. Some of them went to college. You don't need life to be so complex, and moving onwards, your best result of action is really to just start focusing on those things that you want. You got to figure out your interest. If you like running, for instance, start a running club within the community. You like dogs? Start a dog walking company. It can be small. It can be you outreaching to people within your circle at first. But to sit down, labor, clean dishes, cook food, just to be yelled at, to be criticized, to be judged, life isn't worth it like that. And I will keep telling you this. No successful manager, entrepreneur, higher representative within a business ever demands that their employees work harder than them. If your manager is pointing the finger at you, telling you to clean those floors, take out the garbage, when they have a pair of legs and a pair of hands to do it themselves, something is wrong with that person on a deep level. They're power hungry. The only power they have is leverage over you through some sort of psychological, spiritual warfare, where they'll try and manipulate you into thinking that you're worthless, but you're worth a lot. You gotta trust in yourself that that step you're taking may be at risk, and you may be thinking, it may be too late, I may be a little too old. You got time. You have plenty of time. And the more you realize that, the more you can start to navigate life. It's not going to be easy, and I'm not saying you're going to start earning like $100 the first day you open a business. But the initiative is what counts. The pursuit of the journey is probably the more important part for you than it is for any job that you're currently working. And I'm not telling you to quit your job right away. It's going to take time, absolutely. But you need to understand the principles of a 9 to 5 like I've outlined. They're not there to help you. They're there to gain power for themselves. They're there to gain money for themselves. Meanwhile, you're just there trying to provide for your family, trying to fund your tuition. They don't care about that. Neither do your employees. So whatever gossip group they create, whatever drama, just leave it in the workforce. Don't take it home. You never know what demons people have to carry home or what problems they're taking within their life. So be real with yourself. Be 100% transparent. Don't even bother to take into consideration anybody's negativity. Whatever happens in the workforce, if somebody's pointing the finger at you or judging you, they're not God. Why do you care? They're a regular person. They're minuscule in a world of billions of people. Right? Opinions. Who cares about their opinion? Who? Their manager? Their other co-workers? Do you think these people are thinking about you? Maybe if they're jealous of you, they'll be thinking about you. But do you think these people have time to really take on your problems? Take on you as a problem? If they're attacking you, it's because they're jealous. They see your potential. If you know rules of humanity, you know that nobody's perfect. None of us are walking this world like we're Jesus. We've all made mistakes. We all need guidance. We all need correction. And that is what a real manager will do. That is what a real person in your team will do. And let me give you some advice to anybody who's there stuck creating a new direction for themselves. Here's my advice. Make sure you surround yourself with people who are heading in the same direction. Do not surround yourself with your old friends who still want to go party, who still want to go club, who want to go do all of this stuff that really hinders you from holding back. The same 3 hours you spend at the club, the same money you spend at the club, that's the same money you could be saving towards working on your ambition. But this is what the world doesn't teach us, right? This is what the system is opposed against, this type of advice, which unfortunately the music doesn't promote it, the schools don't promote it. Nobody knows how to really branch out and become the true, authentic, successful version of their self. So as you reflect, be open-minded. Focus really on what it is you really want to do. Find that one particular activity, hobby, ambition, and just go for it. There's going to be some risk in the end. There could be failure. Everybody's failed. Everybody's failed. Nobody's perfect, like I said. It's how you respond to the failure that really determines your character. Sometimes when you're cooking a recipe, for instance, if that recipe doesn't taste nice, what do? You change it. If the direction you're heading in isn't working, you change it. Or most importantly, you find a better, more suitable job, one that respects you, which is tough to find given the circumstances of this world that we're living in. And I know it's not my place to speak on your experience, but do me a favor and don't feel like you need to be miserable. Don't feel like you need people to support you. Some people just need that direction. Nobody really has it figured out. When they see you even taking that initiative, they're going to be drawn to you, and you may interpret that as a positive thing. It could be both ends. There could be some hates because many people are still stuck in that same place. But as soon as you figure out your goal, your ambition, your life, and you really dedicate all of your attention to just making sure that everybody is comfortable within your circle, even within your family. That's what really matters in life. You can't take your money with you when you go. You can't take your job with you. You can't take your managers with you. I don't care if you're religious or not. I'm just pointing out the facts of nature. One thing you can take with you is what you have in here, and this is what you got to protect. This is what you got to protect too. You got to stop exposing yourself to the workforce, and you've got to stop giving them so much of you. And once you realize the real upside, you truly will be in for something special. You will be promised a lot, and you really need to genuinely focus on that ambition. Like I said, it really does come down to how well you're willing to apply yourself to what you have in your mind, because that's where everything starts. Just like in your mind, you said, I'm gonna go get a job. The same mind needs to go out there and do everything it can to secure a positive dream. Because I can tell you something, I've been around many people, and one theme that rots in life is regrets. When you wish you did something but you couldn't and you can't, and you don't feel like you got a second chance, go for it while you can. Don't use age or any discriminating factor to really hinder you from achieving what it is that you want to go out there and get.